Hi everybody, good evening. We're live as promised at 8:30 to go ahead and get a little deeper into what should be our exact strategy over the last 60 to 90 days. 60 days if you're looking at it from the perspective of CAT. If we add certain other exams like say NMAT, SNAP, XAT, we do have 30 additional days at hand. So we're talking about anywhere close to about 90 days if you're looking at the entire MBA spectrum. If you're looking at it, like I stated, just from the perspective of CAT, it's 60 days. So what exactly should we be covering over the course of the next 60 days? How to ensure that we are motivated over the course of the next 60 days that yes, hum kar payenge, we still have enough time to go ahead and crack that percentile that I'm looking for. Not everybody is looking at a 99.9. Some might be happy with an 85, some might be happy with a 95, some might be happy with a 97.5. It could be anything. So it depends upon what is it that I am aiming for. So basis that, this is a specially curated session. We are going to get deeper into all the exams. We're going to talk about CAT, we're going to talk about NMAT, we're going to talk about SNAP, and we're going to talk about XAT. Also, in this particular session, I'm also going to go a little deeper into questions from each of these exams. Talk a little bit about certain questions of the CAT exam, which is a follow-up of what we've already done in RT99. I hope you attended that. Expose you to a few questions from NMAT, SNAP, and XAT as well. So that's a prelude to what I'm going to do. Hi, Anirudh. Hi, Shreyansh. Hi, everybody. I hope I'm audible and visible. With that monologue over, I'll wait for your confirmations before we go ahead and officially kickstart. तब तक Anirudh has a question. How do I balance between moderate and easy questions, that too across topics for QA revision and prep? Got 96 percentile in QA last year. Okay. So my personal take here is, it's not about moderate or easy questions. It's first and it's going to be a mixture. First and foremost, what are the topics that I'm comfortable with? So the way I would generally go is, considering you've written the exam last year as well, you've hopefully gone ahead and done the entire so-called syllabus. That means arithmetic bhi kiya hai, algebra bhi kiya hai, geometry bhi kiya hai, numbers bhi kiya hai, modern math bhi kiya hai. You've done all of it. If you have, now the basic objective is at the end of the day to go ahead and pick the easiest questions across the entire spectrum in the paper, which means in quant, unlike DILR, I will do it one by one. The first question when it comes up, does it look first and foremost from an area which I am comfortable with? Secondly, even if I'm not comfortable with it, is it actually looking like something which is an easy question? If I'm comfortable with it and it is easy, obviously it is 150% a go. If I'm not comfortable with it and but however it looks easy, maybe a substitution, maybe a two-step methodology, guaranteed a question that I'm going to do. If I'm not comfortable with it and it looks moderate, I do not want to approach it. I'll keep it for round 2. If I'm comfortable with it and it looks moderate, I might want to do it in round 1. So there is a thing of comfort in terms of area of comfort with respect to a topic and LOD. So plot that graph. Easy and from area of comfort is ideal. Not from area of comfort, but easy is second priority. Area of comfort, but moderate is third priority. So that ensures that easy questions across the spectrum are handled. Then moderate questions from areas that I'm comfortable with are handled. Uske alawa jo bhi hai chodo. The easy questions per se would be roughly anywhere between 7 to 9 questions. The moderate questions would be about 5 to 7 questions. Add them all, you're looking at anywhere between 12 to 14 questions. Say you attempt that with about an 80% accuracy as well. You're basically looking at 10 right, 2 wrong, or 9 right, 3 wrong. You're looking at a 95 percentile in a worst case scenario. Ideal situation, this might even move close to a 98, 99 percentile. So that's the way to start and then improve. If accuracy moves from 80 to a 90%, automatically percentile will move by about 3-4 percentile to 2 to 3 percentile at the upper end as well. So that's the way to approach it. Should we give NMAT after CAT? What would you recommend? I'm going to pick that up as a part of today's session. So enough stated right up front. Let's officially go ahead and kickstart with today's session in terms of what is it that I want to go ahead and cover. Like I stated in my prelude, there is quite a bit that we need to, or we want to go ahead and cover today. Let's hope that we're able to do everything. This is what we'll discuss, the MBA exam timeline. Obviously, you all aware of it, but still just a prelude, just so that you know how jam-packed it's going to be starting 5th of November. Understanding the CAT exam, the CAT exam, but I want to focus a little bit on two areas. Number one, score percentile, because I'm seeing across mock students come out and state, why are you making it a difficult mock? Why is it not like CAT? Why are you making it an easy mock? Why is it not like CAT? By CAT, easy, difficult, sab kuch hota hai. So let's actually look at the last 4-5 years, break it down and understand kya hai. Then I will want to specifically look at the CAT 2019 paper. That was the last time that Kohi Code had set the paper. So let's have a look at that. Certain CAT actual questions, let's go ahead and solve. Let's continue on from what we did in RT99. The October to December plan in terms of when to write what mocks. What after CAT, iske andar I'm going to cover everything. I'm going to start with NMAT. I'm going to look at SNAP. And then finally, I'm going to look at XAT. So I'm going to look at all these 3 exams, start with NMAT, move to SNAP, then move to XAT. Certain PYQs from each of these exams, and finally open it up to your questions. If you haven't already, please ensure that you go ahead and download the CL app. A lot of what we are doing is available on the app free of cost. A lot of the videos are unlocked free of cost. A lot of the tests are unlocked free of cost. Go ahead, utilize it. It might go ahead and give you, last minute revision and stuff like that as well. So go ahead, utilize. We've got both the Android as well as the iOS app. Kickstarting with the exam timeline. Now, this is the important part. The day is 5th of November. This is when things start. This is when things kick off. And I will say from 5th of November till roughly around, say, 4th of Jan, you have no breathing space. Each time period, there is no breathing space. You've got NMAT, you will write that at least once. My guess is once if you're looking at NM. If you're looking at other colleges, then you might want to do it twice. CAT, you're going to do that once. SNAP, I ideally suggest at least twice. If you can, if the money is not a problem, maybe thrice, but at least twice, because there is no normalization. XAT once, you might even be looking at MyCAT, in early December or maybe in January. So if I'm looking at that, we are basically talking about roughly 5 to 6 exams that you will be writing over a period of about 60 days. That means per exam that gives you about 12 days, or wo actually hone bhi nahi wala, because once CAT ends, from 30th November to 4th of January, you're basically looking at roughly around 30-35 days. In these 35 days, you'll be writing SNAP twice, XAT once, and maybe even NMAT once. So for many of you all, in these 40-45 days, you'll be writing 4 exams, roughly 10 days per exam, जिसपे XAT में एक entirely new section आता है called DM. So you need to ensure that a lot of what you want to do with respect to other exams happen earlier. Few mocks of NMAT are written earlier. Few mocks of SNAP are written earlier. Understand what is the beast that is awaiting you post the CAT exam. CAT is the most important exam for sure. Most number of institutes under it, all the IIMs under it, but it is not the only exam. You can at any point in time have one off day. It is possible. It is human. Even Abhishek failed in the final against Pakistan. Sachin Tendulkar has failed on many occasions. Virat Kohli has failed on many occasions. They are still greats. Why? Because they take advantage of the other opportunities. You will have other opportunities. You'll have an NMAT, you'll have a SNAP, you'll have a XAT. You need to take advantage. So don't miss out on that. This is what the exam timetable looks like in totality. Like I spoke about, NMAT starts from 5th of November to 20th December. My recommendation, either write NMAT before 15th November or after CAT. These are the only 2 possibilities. Either before 15th November or after CAT. Last 15 days before CAT, you don't want any distractions. You don't want to be thinking about any other exam. Either before 15th November or after CAT, those are the only 2 options. SNAP, my recommendation, write at least 2. Normalization बोलते होता कुछ नहीं है. Over the last 2 to 3 years, we've seen continuously there is one paper which is very, very difficult, and students who write it in that slot suffer. Don't let that happen. And obviously then XAT on the 4th. You got MyCAT exam, as I stated, early December, mid-Jan, and then MHCET and CMAT, which will happen in March and January respectively as well. So this is the exam window. The question that most of you all have at this point in time, can I still crack CAT? I will state yes. Most people come out and state, yeah, 99 plus aa jayega, ye ho jayega, wo ho jayega. I want to state, let's be objective, 97 plus for sure. If you are in a situation where currently you are scoring about, say, roughly around 65 percentile or so in mocks. If you are in this situation, you can still move to about a 97. If you are below this, maybe you should be targeting close to a 90 to a 95 percentile. If you are say above a 75 percentile, you should still be looking at a 99 plus percentile. That's the way that I would approach it, and which is why I state that what does CAT cracking mean to you? What does it mean that I will crack CAT? For somebody it might be मैं टापमी 4 चले जाऊंगा, it's an 85 percentile. For somebody it might be यार मेरे को वेलिंकर ही मिल जाए, I'll be very happy, that could be an 80 percentile. For somebody it would be यार minimum worst case scenario IMT गाजियाबाद IIMI मिल जाए, that would be a 92 percentile. For somebody it will be यार MDI से नीचे तो मैं सोच ही नहीं सकता, that's a 97 98 percentile. For somebody it will be yaar, don't talk to me about anything less than a blackie. That means I am looking at a 99.7 99.8 percentile profile, depending. For certain people the profile, if you're for example a girl with 10 and 12 above 95, undergraduation above 8 CGPA, and you're a non-engineer, you can get an IIM Indore call at maybe even a 93 94 percentile. So even that could happen. So I'm just giving a generalistic picture here. For some of you all, it could be higher. It could be 99.9 plus, and academic background is not good. For others, it could even happen at a 93, 94. So what does cracking CAT mean to you? That is going to define what you're looking at. This is the structure, and this is where I wanted to spend a couple of minutes, even though we've spoken about this multiple times over the course of the last 6 to 8 months. I still see in almost every, after almost every mock, in almost every group, students come and state, ये तो CAT level paper नहीं था, DILR बहुत difficult था, verbal easy था, ये तो quant एकदम out of scope था. Guys, please keep this in mind. Look at post COVID, यहाँ से 2020 से लेके, okay, from 2020 to 2024. Look at this region. Look at a 99 percentile. Lowest has been 76, highest has been 102. That is a difference of 26 marks on a base of 76. That means 99 percentile has moved almost 35% from a 76 to 102 over the last 4 or 5 years, which is almost like stating एक mock में जहां पे quant में 99 percentile is 35, and wahi in another mock 99 percentile is only at 27. Both are CAT like, both are imitating CAT. So stating this is not CAT like makes absolutely no sense. You don't know what CAT 2025 will throw up. CAT 2025 might state I will emulate 2020. It might state no, I will emulate 2024. भाई 2024 अगर emulate कर गया, then we know that DILR का 99 to 38 पे भी जा सकता है, and 2020 अगर emulate कर गया, we know DILR का 99 to 26 पे भी जा सकता है. That is a difference of over 40%. So you don't know what is going to throw up. So you need to prep for everything. You need mocks which are going to emulate 2020. You need mocks which are going to emulate 2021. You need mocks which are going to emulate 2022. You need mocks which are going to emulate 2023 and 24. You need every single thing. So please keep this in mind. It is very, very important. So please know this, please focus on it, and please don't preempt anything. Otherwise, it's going to go ahead and become very, very difficult for you. Okay. So I hope this is clear. CC, is everything clear till here? I'm going to wait for about 5-10 seconds. I want a CC. CC means crystal clear. You can just write CC. CC matlab हाँ मेरे को समझ आ गया. Has the video frozen in between? Am I audible? Am I visible? Am I audible or visible? Is it fine now? CC? Darshan is saying CC, so I'm guessing it's fine for everybody. Might have happened in between. You know, I was pointing this out a few days back as well during RT99. There is some work going on here with respect to the internet or something. So because of that, I think it's causing some problem over the last few days. But I hope you heard everything, right? This concept of एक मॉक के बेसिस पे डिसाइडिंग कि ये कैट लेवल है या नहीं है is what I'm talking about. You don't know what the cat level would be, so be prepped for anything. Be prepped for a DILR 1.5 set equivalent to a 99 percentile. Be prepped for a DILR 4 set equal to a 99 percentile. Okay, so be very, very clear, which is why you need to go ahead and ensure that you write mocks across all levels. I'll pick up a question here. Since paper difficulty varies greatly, it wouldn't make sense to go with a mindset. Absolutely not. And I completely agree with you. Football. So I don't know your name, so I'll call you football. Okay. Absolutely. Which is why if you've attended RT99, we always state that there is a mixture of a sniper and a machine gun strategy. You kickstart the first 6 to 8 minutes of DILR, you look at all sets. When you are looking at all sets, उस time समझ आ रहा है area of expertise से है, questions are looking straightforward, multiple cases नहीं दिख रहे, I am able to see maximum minerva with theta is not there, the theta questions are direct and can be solved, this doesn't look very, very complicated. Okay, so this will be my priority order, and I can see that out of the 5 sets, even I will be able to do 3 sets, and in mocks generally I score 80%. Automatically you know कि level of difficulty थोड़ा easier है. On the flip side, I'm a guy who in mocks in DILR generally scores 97, 98 plus, and suddenly I sit down and I see, shit, okay, this looks difficult. I don't think I'll be able to do more than 2 sets. You know it's going to be at the difficult end. You know it's moving there. That means what do you need to aim for? You need to go ahead and aim for suddenly looking at it, यार 1.5 से 2 set तो निकाल लूं, ये तो पूरा कर लूं, 99 निकल आएगा. So hence, it needs to be an adaptive strategy. As you realize, and how will you realize it's easy or difficult? If you've written enough number of mocks, if you've gone through the PYQPs, you know exactly, oh, ये वाला लग रहा है CDC Pro 7 की तरह. Oh, ये वाला मुझे लग रहा है CAT 2022 की तरह. Now you have a score versus percentile map in your head and you can start approaching it. But preconceived CAT में जाने से पहले ही सोचना fight. Okay. Dil Dosti Dominoes D3. Okay, I've answered this already. If you're writing NMAT before CAT, please ensure it's before 15th November, or you can go ahead and write it post CAT. Okay, 15 hours of my day for preparation, then also I'm not getting very good results. यार ये देख लो 15 hours per day ideal है कि नहीं? There is something called hard work, there is something called smart work. Now let me give a very simple example and then I'll move back to the PPT. When I write when I go ahead and I write my CAT exam, my quant comes when? After 80 minutes of torture. 40 minutes of VARC जहाँ 2 RC समझ नहीं आया, थोड़ा पैराजंबल नहीं समझ आया, पता नहीं क्या हो गया. After that, I move ahead and I have a look at, the DILR section, and वहाँ तो भैया 2 sets I've never seen before. Of the 2 sets I thought I could do, one, I got stuck with as well. Then comes quant. Your quant starts with stress. Because you are already carrying so much burden, you don't know what will happen. उसके अंदर जो हो भी सकता है वो नहीं होता. How many hours of the 15 hours per day are you simulating that stress? That quant I will not do with a fresh mind. I will only do when I'm stressed. DLR I will only do when I'm a little stressed. Verbal I will only do with a fresh mind, because that is going to happen in CAT. That's an example of hard work and smart work that is also needed. So I've just given you an example, leaving it there. Does difficulty increase after CAT for NMAT? No, nothing like that. Please remain chill. I know of people who wrote it before CAT and scored 220 and wrote it after CAT for the second time and scored 260, but because वो second attempt था वो after CAT वाला, obviously NM doesn't look at it. So ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, ठीक है? So I'll move back to the PPT. This is where we are. We've covered this. Now I wanted to specifically talk about CAT 2019, which is the last time IIM Koi coach set the paper. For 2 reasons. Number one, एक score to percentile mapping. Even if I do there, look at 99 percentile is at 157. I'm basically talking about roughly 52% of the total marks. If I go back to the previous years, you look here, 99 percentile generally never crosses 50%. It's generally in and around. Yeah, dekh lo. Less than 50, less than 50, less than 50, less than 50, less than 50. Here also it's about 52%. So it is not very different, maybe 1 or 2 questions easier if I'm looking at it, but otherwise LOD remains exactly the same as what it has been in the exams post-COVID. If I'm looking at it from a verbal perspective, we are talking about roughly 65% of the total marks for 99. We are talking about roughly around, say, 50-55% in DILR. In quant, we are talking about roughly 60%. Isko apne terms mein, if you start changing, Out in VARC, we get how many questions? We get 24 questions, right? 24 questions is 72 marks. 60% of that, we're roughly talking about 44. So I'm talking about a 47, 48 probably. In DILR 55, we get roughly around 22 questions, that's 66. So that's 33 marks. Uspe aur thoda aage chala jao, say roughly about 35 marks. क्वांट की अगर बात करें 60% बोल रहे हैं, वापस 66 का, so I'm talking about roughly 39-40 marks. Now at that time the paper was 3 hours, so the level was slightly lower as well, because in 3 hours they were expecting you to do 100 questions. Now in 2 hours they expect you to do about 66, 68. Hence basically what has happened is, if I'm looking at this vis-a-vis what happens nowadays, there is not a lot of difference in each section, probably a difference of about 1 or 2 sets. DILR का तो last year से कम हो गया, एक question कम. VARC went up by about 2 questions, quant went up by about 1 to 2 questions. So more or less the takeaway is, there is no real takeaway. Whatever you've been experiencing over the last 4-5 years is what you should expect this year as well. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, कोई कोड ने उस टाइम quant थोड़ा easier दे दिया तो इस year भी quant easier देगा. So some of you all have asked me this question 2019 का देख के लग रहा है ये करना चाहिए. Please don't read too much into it. You'll just be wasting your time. Only focus on ensuring you've written adequate number of mocks across adequate levels of difficulty. That's all that you should focus on. Okay? This is an important thing, and this is something I've spoken about multiple times. You've seen it in RT99. Last year, a 50 percentile in DILR was at 4, in quant was also at 4. Matlab, more or less one question, 1.5 lakh people could only attempt one question. भैया 1.5 lakh लोग are just making up numbers, they are not your competition. Which is why when you score a 50 percentile in a mock which is written by say 10,000 people and your rank is 5,000, you know that this might be 50 percentile in the 1.5 lakh people who write it. So that's a rank of 75k. But you will be better than the 1.5 lakh who are able to do just one question in every section. So your rank will become 75k out of 3 lakh people. So suddenly you're talking about anywhere around 67, 68, 69 percentile, which is why I say 50 generally, agar main usko bucket kar do, moves to roughly around a 70 percentile. Similarly, 62 and 87, which is why I was saying all of you all who are already at a 65 plus in mocks, which means in the actual CAT, you are in the vicinity of about 83 plus. Yahan se moving to a 97 plus is possible, and I'll talk about it in the next slide. If you're already at a 70 percentile plus, you are already at 87 plus in CAT. Yahan se moving to a 99 plus is possible. Hence, be realistic. Do not state मेरा mock में अभी 50 आ रहा है तो मेरा 99 आएगा. Difficult है. Mock में अगर 50 आ रहा है, आप currently at 70 हो, maybe you could move this to a 90 to 93. इतने की fight मारो. इतने की fight मारोगे शायद उधर पहुंच जाओ, उससे ज्यादा 99 की fight मारोगे, ये ना हो मैं खाली 80-82 पे रह जाऊं, problem हो जाएगी. Okay, so be realistic when you give yourself targets. This is why I stated you could get there. Look at the percentile increment that every one question gives you. If you're at 50 percentile today, you can move, if you attempt 5 additional questions, you can move to an 88 percentile, because one additional question moves you to 59, with then another 67, then 74, then 81, then 88. So you need to ask yourself, is it possible in 2 months across the 3 sections, every section may improve by 2 questions? 50 can move to 88. Similarly, somebody scoring an 80, if you improve by 2 questions per section, you can move to a 97 by ease. And 97 अगर वो mocks के आसपास आएगा, overall CAT में it's going to be a 99 plus. So please keep this in mind and approach it accordingly. अभी भी possible है, motivated रहो, ये अपने दिमाग में रखो. All I need is one question improvement per month per section. One question improve. In October, can I improve in quant by 1, in VRC by 1, in DLR by 1? In November, can I improve by 1? That's a 6 question improvement. Overall, देखो कितना improvement आएगा. Because that improvement might mean 3 questions you were getting wrong, you get right, that's 12 marks. 3 questions you were not attempting, you get right, that's 9 marks. That's a 20-21 mark improvement. That is humongous. Percentile to almost 25-30 का change हो सकता है, if not 30. So please keep that in mind and work accordingly. Okay. Let's now get into doing certain actual CAT questions. I will take a couple of not totaling. So this slide is based on absolute accuracy, not the total, including the wrongs. Which slide are you talking about specifically, Abha? What will be the ideal number of mocks for CAT? I'm planning around 40. From today onwards, if you're talking about, I'm thinking 2 months. Worst case scenario, or the ideal scenario is roughly around 3 mocks per week. So we are talking about anywhere close to about 8 weeks. So 24 mocks के आसपास, so 24, 25 would be good. 40 may be a little overdoing. So if you can stick to about 24, 25, I think you'll be in a good situation. If you're talking about this, I'm talking about overall, not talking about sectional. Overall. Overall, one additional question. Net correct. Absolutely. Net correct. Okay? Yeah, I'm talking about net correct. Overall, one additional question, net correct. समझ आ गया? Okay. Perfect. Let's do a few questions. This is me building up on what we've done in RT99. And I won't give you all time to think or anything. I'm just going to expose it to you and get you to thinking, get your creative juices going ki sochna kaise hai. Previous year CAT, for all real values of x, the range of the function is. Generally, questions like this people leave. I always state, look at the options. GP would have spoken a lot about this in RT99. 3 of the options have 3 by 7, 2 don't have it included, 1 has it included. Let's take 3 by 7 and put it. This function equals 3 by 7. So I have x squared plus 2x plus 4 divided by 2x squared plus 4x plus 9 equals 3 by 7. I will get 8x squared, sorry, by कैसे 8x squared कैसे लिखा 7x squared plus 14x plus 28 is equal to 6x squared plus 12x plus 27, which is going to give me x squared plus 2x plus 1 is 0, x plus 1 whole squared is 0, x equals minus 1 पे 3 by 7 value आएगी. So 3 by 7 has to be a part of the answer. This is out, this is out. 3 by 7 basically is less than 50%. Look at the fourth option. It starts at 50%. So 3 by 7 is less than 50%. That means the fourth option doesn't have that. The only option that has 3 by 7 is option 3. That will be your answer. Clear? Clear? As simple as that. Okay, Piyush is saying my DLR is weak, able to do only one set in VRCQA. I'm confident 40-50 marks. What should I do? So Dil Dosti Dominoes has just suggested that you look at DLR 1000. Maybe that is something that goes ahead and helps you. But my recommendation alongside that would be a couple of things, which is, yeah, DLR weak है, कोई problem नहीं है. पहले ऐसे situation पे आ जाओ that come what may, irrespective of level of difficulty, will I be able to do one set? Have I ensured कि 80 percentile is in my pocket, sectional cutoff is done? That is almost already ensuring stress-free behavior. Secondly, what does it mean I'm able to do only one set? It generally will mean वो one set solve करने में 20 to 25 minutes लगे, but बाकी के 15 to 20 minutes wasted time है. It is now about ensuring what can I do in that wasted time. Were there sets where there were 3 to 4 questions which were almost like standalone quant question? Each question में if then था, specific था कि उस particular situation के basis पे करना था, एक table से नहीं होगा. क्या मैं उनमें से एक दो question कर पाता? Maybe not solving 2 sets in totality, but 1 set in totality, and from 1 or 2 other sets, 1 or 2 more questions. Can I move this from 4 or 5 question attempt to a 6 or 7 question attempt? Automatically I move from an 80 percentile to close to a 90 percentile. Do small things every 2 to 3 weeks. See how that makes a difference. Suddenly you will expect yourself, मैंने कुछ कर दिया और मेरे को उसका result दिखेगा in 5 days, 10 days, 12 days. नहीं होगा. It takes 21 days for anything to become a habit. Please give yourself that time. Give yourself those 21 days. It will help. Okay. Coming back to where I was. Let's move to another question. Let's have a look at this. The vertices of a triangle are given. The area of the circle passing through these 3 points is. ठीक है. Vertices draw कर लेते हैं. Vertices draw कर लेते हैं. I have a 0, 0. I have a 4, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have a 4, 0. I have a 3, 9. 1, 2, 3, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's say 3, 9 यहाँ पे कहीं है. ठीक है. Just so that there is simplicity. Now this is basically your triangle. This is your triangle. Okay. Please keep in mind this is 3, 9. This is 4, 0. This is 0, 0. This is where I am at this point in time. Okay. I hope this part is clear. Now, if I have to go ahead and create a circumcircle, you know, मेरे को एक circle बनाना है which passes through these 3 points. ऐसा कुछ बनेगा. My handwriting can obviously be better. It needs to pass through all the points. So Let's say it's something like this. Now, one thing is clear. The largest side of this triangle will either be the diameter or less than the diameter. Do you agree? That means the diameter of this circle is going to be greater than equal to the largest side. The diameter of this circle is going to be greater than equal to the largest side. अब साइड देख लो, ये क्या है? ये तो 4 सेंटीमीटर है. ये 0 से आ जा रहा है. It will be root over 3 squared plus 9 squared. 3 squared is 9, 9 squared 81, so this will be root 90. इसका साइड क्या होगा? 4 minus 3, which is 1 whole squared, so that is 1, plus 9 minus 0, so root 82. So the largest side is going to be root 90. That means diameter is greater than equal to root 90. So radius is greater than equal to root 90 by 2. Area, which is pi r squared, will be greater than equal to pi into 90 by 4. Matlab 90 by 4 is 22.5. So the answer should be greater than 22.5 pi. Greater than equal to 22.5 pi. This is 2.4 pi. This is 4 point something pi. This is what? About 17 point something pi. This is the only one which is greater than 22.5 pi. There is no other possibility. So this is me continuing on the RT99 bandwagon, that please ensure, if you want to learn and take away from things that happened in RT99, you need to constantly keep practicing it and revisiting it. So this is something that you can keep in mind, which will help you. Let's take another question. I will take 1 or 2 more questions and then I'll leave some for homework, which you can do. Chat box mein uska answer likhna, in the comments, and I'll come and tell you whether that is right or not and the smartest way of doing it. Okay, let's have a look at this one. X square plus twice of p minus 3 into x plus 9 is equal to 0. Find all values of p such that 6 lies somewhere between the roots. Let's look at this quadratic equation. In every quadratic equation, I know sum of roots. Okay. I know product of roots. Now, sum of roots is minus b by a, won't help. It is coming up to be minus 2 into p minus 3. Product of roots is c by a, that is 9. That helps. If the product of roots of this equation is 9 and 6 lies somewhere between the roots, and you look at the options, there is only one correct answer, there is no CBD, there is no none of these ek hi hoga, so can't I say let the roots be 1 and 9? Let them be 1 and 9, 6 lies between them. So suddenly the equation is x minus 1 into x minus 9 is 0. That means x squared minus 10x plus 9 is 0. Equate this to this equation. Suddenly you have twice of p minus 3 is equal to minus 10. P minus 3 is equal to minus 5. P is equal to minus 2. So p equals minus 2 in one particular situation will surely be the answer. That means p greater than 6 nahi ho sakta, greater than minus 3/4 nahi ho sakta, between ye nahi ho sakta. Only possible answer is p is less than minus 3 by 4. Okay, this is me continuing. Okay, I hope you're understanding what I'm building upon. Am I clear till here? CC, you want me to do 1 or 2 more such questions? If yes, write CC, go ahead, click like on this video. Neha and the team behind are working very, very hard to ensure more and more such sessions reach you all. But for that, give them motivation, go subscribe, go like. CC, perfect. You want me to do 1 or 2 more questions? I have a couple more. Do you want me to pick up 1 or 2 more? लाइक कर दिया वीडियो? मेरी टीम मुझे पीछे से बोल रही है. So I'm just following instructions. I'm the face. Everything is happening behind. So I'm just going to follow what they are saying. Okay. Let's pick up. Okay, let's pick up another one. एक और करता हूँ, then I'll give homework. एक और ज्योमेट्री का लेते हैं. An ant starts crawling from point A and crawls along the surface of the cylinder to reach point B. ये पॉइंट ए है, पॉइंट बी जाना है, surface of the cylinder. They've given the diagram, I'm guessing वही होगा. Point B, which is vertically above A. The path followed by the ant is equal to that of 4 identical spirals as shown. Like I was stating, वही लग रहा था, ऐसे करके जा रहा है. Okay. Find the radius of the circle that circumscribes a square such that the perimeter of the square is equal to the distance traversed by the ant. Woo! Too much that you all are talking. Perimeter of the circle that circumscribes a square such that the perimeter of the square is equal to the distance traversed. So I need distance traversed by the ant. Distance traversed by ant. Tell me one thing. They have told us diameter, the diameter of the cylinder is 3 by pi units. I think miss ho gaya, 3 by pi. Height is 16. So if I'm looking at this height, the shortest distance that the ant could have covered was 16. Actually, तो it curved, घूम घूम के गया, ज़्यादा मेहनत की, but shortest distance was 16. That means the distance covered by the ant is greater than equal to 16. Imagine that if 16 was the distance, then the square ka perimeter would have been greater than equal to 16 because the perimeter of the square is distance covered by the ant. That means such a square where perimeter is 16, each side is 4. Each side is 4. Now they are telling me find the radius of the circle that circumscribes this square. इस square को circumscribe करना है. Radius of this circle चाहिए. Radius of this circle will be nothing but half the diagonal. Will be nothing but half the diagonal. Diagonal of the square is side root 2, which is 4 root 2. So half the diagonal, which means radius of circle, is going to be 2 root 2. Perimeter is greater than equal to 16. So diagonal will be greater than equal to 4 root 2. So radius will be greater than equal to 2 root 2. Correct? They are asking me find the radius of the circle. So the answer should be greater than equal to 2 root 2. Do you agree? That means the answer should be greater than equal to 2.8. मैं अगर root 2 को 1.4 लूं. Look at the first one, 2.5. This root 5 is 2 point something by 2. It will be 1 point something. Root 5 is 2 point something by 3. It will be less than 1. 5 by root 2. That's 5 by 1.4. That is going to be greater than 2.8. The only possible answer, it's actually surely going to be greater than 3 also. Only possible answer is option 2. There is nothing else that satisfies. Okay. Piyush, I'll pick up this question. Can you bring it towards the end of the class? There's loads more that I need to cover. Okay. Okay. So I hope we are clear. I hope these questions helped. I hope you're understanding how to approach. I hope you're understanding how to build up on what we've already done in RT99. Okay. Focus on these sort of things. Now, quickly, let's keep moving ahead. Let's have a look at what's in store. The October to December plan of action. This is where we are. Today's 30th of September, done and dusted. October, November hai, December hai. My recommendation to you all is going to be something like this. Every week, 3 mocks is what I'm going to state. Sunday को fix कर लेते हैं कि ये तो करना ही है. Then the way you could do it is say this week you do Tuesday, Thursday. Every week you could do say Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Tuesday, you can obviously change it to Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. It's up to you. But something like this. These are the red ones. So that's 3, 6, 9. Okay. 9 and about 4. That's 13 mocks. Then once again come here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to give you, if it's a Sunday, before that you should have done it on say a Thursday or Tuesday, this and this, this and this. Okay. Now if I'm looking at it from this perspective, look at all the reds and also look, मैं 23rd के बाद कुछ नहीं दे रहा. अगर देना होगा max यहाँ दे दूंगा. So I'm talking about 11 here. I'm talking about 11 here. So that's about 22 mocks. Earlier I had told you my calculation tells me 24. वही लग रहा है उससे ज़्यादा नहीं होगा, 22 to 24. The red is my recommendation on the CAT mocks. Please keep in mind on the 16th of November, we bring you an open CDC happening at external locations, pan India, with admit card, with biometric, with everything in the same slot as your CAT. The CAT admit card will be out somewhere between the 7th and the 9th of November. We will get you to share that with us so that we ensure that your mock on the 16th of November happens in the same slot and it happens at external locations with this entire thing that you will experience actually in CAT. We want you to go through a dress rehearsal of CAT before CAT 2 weeks before it. We've already done it twice. 16th November is going to be the biggest one that we've ever done. So you've got about 20 to 23 mocks to take, the 16th November one being the biggest. The red ones is what I would state the CAT mocks need to be. I will now move to the green ones, which I think should be your NMAT mocks. Green is NMAT for those writing before 15th November, those writing before 15th November, NMAT mocks, I'm going to state you will do 1, 2, 3, 4, and say a 5. In case you are doing NMAT after CAT, so I will change now. NMAT after 30th November. If you're doing it after CAT, then my recommendation is still going to be एक यहाँ लिख देना 17th को, एक यहाँ लिख देना 7th को. Then you will write probably 3 mocks in December depending on when you are taking it. Maybe you will write 2nd, maybe you will write 9th, maybe you will write 11th, and you might be writing the NMAT say on the 12th or say on the 13th or the 14th. Say 14th को NMAT लिखे हो hypothetically. This is something that you could do. With respect to SNAP, I'll bring in a purple here. With respect to SNAP, because SNAP, I'm assuming you will take at least 2 attempts. Okay, I'm assuming you will take at least 2 attempts. So my recommendation, October may write 1 mock. Okay, SNAP is purple. October may write 1, November may write 1, December may write 1 here before your 6th attempt. Then maybe go ahead and write 1 here before your next attempt. If you're taking it roughly around 20th or 21st, तो इसको तुम आगे भी push कर सकते हो. Finally, let's move to XAT. I will bring in black here. Black अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, कुछ और color लाते हैं. क्या color लाए? Yellow ले आते हैं. Let's bring in yellow for XAT. When should you be writing XAT mocks? I will not do anything in October. In November, 1 for a feeler, somewhere around this date. In December, I would write, say 6th, I'm assuming you're writing SNAP. So I would write 1 here around the 7th. I would write, say 1 more in this week. Maybe you could do it, say roughly around the 11th or the 13th, something like that. I would write 2 in this week, maybe around the 16th and say the 19th. I would write 3 in this week. I would ensure मैं 21st को अगर लिख पाऊँ, अगर स्नैप नहीं है तो मैं लिखूंगा, अगर स्नैप है तो नहीं लिख पाऊंगा. सो फॉर दैट आई एम पुटिंग इट हियर 24th, 26th, try 28th as well, try 30th as well, and try 1st of January as the last one. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, roughly around 10 XAT mocks. This is going to be my recommendation of your mock window. Now add what I am saying. 10 of XAT, 22 of CAT, NMAT I would have stated about 5, 6, SNAP I would have stated about 5, 6. Itna bhi le lu. I am saying 42 mocks that you need to be writing over the course of the next 90 days. On an average, that is 1 mock every 2 days. Itna kaam karna hai. So isse zyada overdo agar karoge, it will become very difficult for you. Some of you might even go ahead and be writing the MyCat exam. So that will be another thing, and 2 more mocks you might be doing there. So dekh ke. Okay, so please keep that in mind. If you're doing MyCat, you might probably be doing MyCat mocks in this range as well, in the first week of December itself. और कोई कलर अब मेरे पास बचा है, मैं ब्लैक ही ले लेता हूँ. You might be doing MyCat mock also somewhere around here, because वो फर्स्ट वीक के आसपास ही होगा. So और कोई आपके पास ऑप्शन ही नहीं है. That is what your schedule will look like. So be ready to have that stamina and bear this and face it. Otherwise, it's going to become very, very difficult for you. Okay, what we are bringing to all of y'all, in case you are already enrolled with CL either in online classes or classroom or something like that, we are bringing a crash course, a revision course for all of you, where 17 practice sessions are going to start from next week. 17 sessions. Topic tests, if it's already a part of your course, it will already be there. Sectional tests already a part of your course will be there. CDC mocks already a part of your course will be there. But 17 very specific sessions which are going to focus on core concepts. मतलब अगर मेरे को लगा कि ज्योमेट्री पे सब कुछ अभी नहीं मेहनत करनी, you should be doing polygons, you should be doing circles, and you should be doing mensuration. That's all that you should be doing. We will only focus on that and nothing else. These are 17 must attend sessions which are only going to take care of guaranteed 70 to 75% of the questions that come every year and will come this year as well. So that is something that we are bringing to you. It's going to happen not on YouTube. It's going to happen as a part of our course. If you have not enrolled in it, you can enroll in this. This is a program which is available on, you can go to the Career Launcher e-Center and enroll in this program. I think it's very, very nominal. It's about 1,000 rupees to attend this session. That's about it. We are bringing another, which is CAT 25 Power Prep for all of you all who have sectional, as a part of your preparation. What we are doing is each of the sectional tests, there are 45 sectionals, 30 sectionals ka, we are going to go ahead and have live sessions. What are we going to do in these live sessions? We are going to go ahead and solve that sectional, and we are also going to tell you the right way of approaching. कौन सा सेट पहले उठाना था, उसके अंदर कौन से क्वेश्चंस करने थे, क्या करना था, कौन सा सेट नहीं करना था, and all of that. So it's like 30 sectionals, each of them 10 each, 1 VRC, 1 DILR, 10 VRC, 10 DILR, 10 quant. On 30 days that will happen. That means you've got roughly around 60 days to CAT, 30 days to yahi hoga. So these are two specific things coming your way. You can go ahead and enroll in this if you haven't already. Now I'll move to the other exams. We've got NMAT, SNAP, and XAT to talk about. Am I okay till here? Is it CC till here? Is it CC till here? Okay. You cannot access RT99 Sprint offline and online drive videos. They are not available. We stated we will not make the videos live. I only have dates available for 21st or 6th December, but it clashes with SNAP. I was planning to take all three. What should I do? 6 December le lo. SNAP ka timing is generally 1 hour, 2 to 3. Maybe do it in the evening. Something like that. Okay. Should I focus more on mocks or PYQ? Both. So if I've told you that 22 to 24 mocks likhne hai, you could say I have not taken 6, 7 PYQs. 6, 7 could be PYQs. The remaining 16 could be mocks. So you could go ahead and do it that way. Okay. CC. Okay. Piyush has one thing in VRC, I'm able to do 22, 24, but if I increase my attempts to cross 30, I just fail to do 10 to 12, then I lose my confidence. So don't increase your attempts, focus on accuracy in what you are doing, as simple as that. 22 to 24 agar aa raha hai, generally wo isliye aa raha hoga because the time management is not there. So focus on time management a little. Second, I always recommend this in VARC. होता क्या है, a lot of questions, they are factual questions. और हम करते क्या, हमारे पास क्वेश्चन आता है, उसके बाद I go back to the passage, I find out where it was, इस पैराग्राफ में था, I read this again, I come back, I keep going back and forth. Can I improve my memory there? Can I read Aeon passages, Guardian passages, NYT passages, read a passage 500 word in about 4 minutes, give it to my mother, give it to my friend, give it to my sibling, and tell them, ask me factual questions from here and answer through memory? Can I improve my memory? 21 days, 3 weeks for anything to become a habit. In 3 to 4 weeks, your memory will improve. And you might not take that much time to solve the factual questions. 4 or 5 of them will come in the exam. You might be able to do it from memory. For each of those questions, you might save roughly around 45 seconds to a minute. Suddenly you have 4 minutes at your disposal. Maybe 2 additional verbal question ho jayega. 24 se 30 anyways chale jayega. So those are certain things that you need to keep in mind. NMAT, CAT, SNAP with a gap of 7 days. In that order, how should I prepare? Preparation doesn't change, but only 7 days between NMAT and CAT, I don't think is the right way to go about it. Because NMAT ka you will be at least the last 3-4 days before NMAT, you'll be preparing only for NMAT. That means after 23rd, CAT is on the 30th. Post 26th, 27th, you should be doing nothing last 2 to 3 days. That gives you only 2-3 days after NMAT for CAT. So I don't think that's the right way of going about it. But if you already taken that punt, now ensure most of your CAT work is done before the 15th of November. So that post 23rd of November, the next 3-4 days, you only have to do revision, which is go through your notes and maybe write 2 mocks, one on the 24th, one on the 26th. That's about it. Okay, cool. Let's look at NMAT. Paper pattern ये है 36 questions per section. Time varies. In language, it is 28 minutes. So basically what happens is it is giving you lesser amount of time for every question, less than 1 minute. Logical reasoning, roughly about a minute. In quantitative skills, you've got roughly 1.5 minutes. So 108 questions, 120 minutes. There is no negative marking. It is +1. And there is -0. So please keep this in mind. It's a 120 minutes paper. So the best way to approach it is try to answer out of 120 questions. If you can answer 80 questions seriously and guess the remaining 40, you would still be able to do well. Is 40 mein, even if 10 are right, and is 80 mein, you say get 70 right, you are basically looking at 70 and 10, about 80 questions correct. 40 guesses bhi agar hai, 40 mein 10 right. Ideally what I do is when I'm doing language skills, look at, say I answered 25 questions seriously, uske andar maximum option kaun sa aa raha tha, say C aa raha tha, the remaining 11 questions I will guess C. In logical reasoning, say I did 22 questions seriously, maximum D aa raha tha, so the remaining 14 I will guess D. In quantitative skills, say I did 27 seriously and say uske andar maximum B aa raha tha, then the remaining 9 I will guess B. That's the way that I would do the guesswork as well, because it just increases your probability of success. Ki all in a particular section are marked 1. You could say all C across the paper also, I'm okay. I generally like to just see ki trend kya aa raha hai jab main most mark kar raha hu, and uske basis mein karo. Just a glimpse of a couple of different types of questions that come in NMAT. This is an example of an input-output question. Comes every year in NMAT. You can expect at least one set. That means 4 questions, 12 marks. It could even be 2 sets. In my NMAT last year, I got 2 sets. That is 24 marks. A number arrangement machine, when given an input line of numbers, rearranges them following a particular rule in each step. The following is an illustration of the input out rearrangement. Input देखो 52, 21, 38, 45, 16, 33, 27. Input से output में क्या हो रहा है? Step 1 is 52, 42, 1, 1. The moment I see this, I see into 1, into 2, into 3, into 4, into 5, into 6, into 7. Next 52 say 51, so that's a -1. 42 say 40, that's a -2. 114 say this, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. 51 ka 6, 40 ka 4, 111 ka 1. What will it be, guys? What is the logic? How is it happening? How is it happening? How is 51 moving to 6, 40 moving to 4, 111 moving to 3? What are we doing? What is the logic? Waiting to hear quickly what the logic would be. How would you go ahead and do it? Sum, absolutely right. The sum of the digits. Sum of the digits. S of D in across all. 6 moves to 37, 4 moves to 18, 3 moves to 12, 14 moves to 200. What is happening? Whole squared plus 1, whole squared plus 2, whole squared plus 3, whole squared plus 4, so on and so forth. This is the logic of each step. Now, the question has given you an input. Step 4 is the last step of the rearrangement. As per the rules followed in the above steps, find out in each of the following questions the appropriate step for the following input. This is the input. Let's look at the first question. What will be the absolute difference between the largest and smallest numbers in step 1 of the input? Step 1 में क्या हो रहा था? Into 1, into 2, into 3. So into 1, what will it become? 50. Into 2, 64. Into 3, 105. This will be 72. Into 4. Sorry, into कितना था? 4. Into 5, 125. Into 6, 240. Into 7, 210. So what is the maximum? 240. What is the minimum? 50. Difference 190. That is the answer. ठीक है, एक और उठा लेते हैं. Let's take, I take step 2 wala, third question. What is the sum of all even numbers obtained in step 2 of the following input? This is step 1. Step 2 mein what is going to happen? It is going to be -1, -2. So -1, 49, -2, 62, -3, 102, -4, 68, -5, 120, -6, 234, -7, okay, 193. This is what it will be. So sum agar kar le, 62, 102, 68, 120, 234, 200, 300, 400, 460, 490, 510, 574, 582, 586 आ रहा है, I think. Have I made any error? -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. Let's add 60. That's 164. That's 224, 232, 232, 330, 352. 352 is 552. 552 means 586. I hope my sum is right. 586 aa raha hai, option B. Do you agree? Right? Do you agree? I hope my summing is right. I've done it mentally. आप भी mentally करोगे, but यही आ रहा है. Clear? Is this clear? Similarly, for statement 2, you could have gone ahead and solved. I hope this is clear to everybody, the way you can go ahead and approach these questions. This is an example of an input-output kind of a question. Similarly, there is something called verbal logic that comes in as well. Before that, this is another example. Information collected through a survey conducted among students regarding the foreign language they would like to learn is represented in a Venn diagram given below. Study the diagram and answer the question. Which of the following represents students who like both German and English? German, English, sorry, German and Spanish, not German and English, my bad. German, Spanish, who like both German and Spanish only. This one is not, because there are other two. There is a circle included, there is a circle included, there is a square included. This 12 is the only standalone between these two. Answer will be option D, which is 12. Clear? Clear? I hope you are getting the kind of questions that come. Another kind, complete the given series: 41, 91, 251, 491, 120, 169. Easy to see. 4, 9, 25, 49, 121, 169. 2 squared, 3 squared, 5 squared, 7 squared, 11 squared, 13 squared. प्राइम नंबर स्क्वायर आ रहा है. नेक्स्ट 17 स्क्वायर्ड होगा 289. 289 से कौन सा शुरू हो रहा है? ऑप्शन सी. दैट इज द आंसर. ठीक है. सो सिंप्लिसिटी सेक इन टर्म्स ऑफ हाउ इट कम्स. This is an example of verbal reasoning. Once again, kind of questions that do not come in CAT. In CAT, they will tell you which of this is an implicit assumption made by the author. It could come in an RC, but here they give it as standalone. They will give you a short statement and they will give you two assumptions and say implicit kaun sa, explicit kaun sa hai. Job rotation helps employees get an overview of the organization. What are the assumptions? Job rotation is the only method to get an overview. It helps employees get an overview. Is it the only method? We don't know. There could be many. So this is surely not implicit. It is required to have an overview. Obviously, it is required to have an overview. That is why we are talking about that. That helps employees get an overview. Otherwise, job rotation करवा के overview की हम बात ही नहीं करते. So the only implicit one is number 2. Number 2, which means statement B. So the answer is option B. Clear? So these are the kind of questions that generally come up. We also have a non-CAT online classes course, which has already started. NMAT sessions have started. SNAP sessions will start, roughly around the beginning of November, and XAT sessions will start beginning of December. So if you haven't already, if it's not a part of your course, you can go ahead and kickstart this and much more coming there. In terms of the different kinds of questions that come, how to ace them, how to improve your speed and ensure that you're able to handle it. That was it from an NMAT perspective. Let's quickly move to a SNAP perspective. Oh, football. Yes, these are absolutely sitters as compared to CAT. Is 16 November Open CDC part of the 31 mocks, or is it a totally different one? It's a part of the mocks. We will not go ahead and do anything. But for those of you who have enrolled in the test series, like the other Open CDCs, you will go ahead and need to register if you want to take it offline at that center. A nominal price, I think it's nothing but 99 plus GST to go ahead and take that, so that our charges are recovered, our cost is recovered, nothing more than that. We want to ensure that each of you all get an experience of that. We're not going to make it expensive. And in case you're already a classroom or an online class student or something, it's anyways a part of your product. Okay, let's quickly move to SNAP. Look at SNAP. 3 sections aate hain. English 15, analytical reasoning 25, quant 20, total 60 questions, 60 marks. +1 for correct, minus 0.25 for incorrect. There is no normalization. They state there is normalization, but there is no normalization. Please keep it in mind. If you can take all 3 slots, if you can't, take at least 2. Okay. It is one of the easiest papers that you will see. We will just look at a few questions. Please keep in mind, SNAP marks are important. 50% weighted through the final conversion is that. Interview has 40% weighted. So even if SNAP, you just about clear the cutoff, if you ace the interview, you can still go ahead and ensure that you are able to crack SIBM Pune or SCMHRD or SIIB, depending on which one you want to go to. Let's have a look at a few actual questions. Let's look at this absolute sitter. Arrange from bottom to top. Knees, elbow, head, tongue, neck, foot. Bottom to top. Start with foot. Move to knees. Move to elbow. Move to neck. Move to tongue. End at head. There would have been options. Find the right option and answer. Absolute sitter. In how many ways can the letter of the word minute be arranged so that the vowels occupied only odd positions? Minute bolo ya minute bolo, aapke upar hai. Both ka spelling same hai. How many vowels? 1, 2, 3. The vowels have to occupy odd positions. There are 3 odd positions, 3 even positions. In 3 odd positions, 3 vowels. So they can arrange themselves in 3 factorial ways. In 3 even positions, 3 consonants. They can arrange themselves in 3 factorial ways. Answer 3 factorial into 3 factorial, which is 6 into 6, which is 36. Again, an absolute sitter. I'm not spending too much time explaining this. This is more about exposing you to the kind of questions that come and why these exams would be sitters and easy to do. Let's look at this. 3 plus 2 is equal to 7. 32 minus 8 is equal to minus 32. 12 plus 3 is 21. 3 plus what is 7? Actually 4 hota hai. 32 minus what is minus 32? Actually minus 64 hota hai. 12 plus what is 21? Actually 9 hota hai. So basically the plus remains plus, the minus remains minus. What I'm doing is iska whole squared, iska whole squared, iska whole squared. Question is 51 plus something is equal to 76. Is number ka whole squared will be the answer. So 51 plus what is 76? 25. Is number ka whole squared is 25. Kiska whole squared is 25? It is 5. So the answer would be 5. The value is 5. Understanding, guys, how easy it is? Okay. Understanding why I say these are sitters. Understanding why I say that these are easy to do. Okay. And why this is an exam that you should must attend. Because it's a very, very good college. If CAT is an off day, if ZAT is an off day, at least get in here. Let's look at this. Difference 2, difference 4, 6, 8, 10. Next ka difference 12 hoga, 43, end of story. Let's look at another one. You've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, blank, Wednesday. So I start thinking, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, kuch nahi hai. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's look at the difference. 1, 2, Friday to Monday, 3. Monday to something kuch aayega, something to ye aayega. 1, 2, 3. So this should be 4, this should be 5. Monday to what will be a difference of 4? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday to Wednesday is a difference of 5. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes. So the answer will be Friday, which is option B. Another question. Find the logically correct sequence of this. Pune, Aga Khan Palace, World, India, Maharashtra. Dekh ke lagega it is general knowledge. It is not. You just need to do smallest to biggest or biggest to smallest. Look at the options. 2 start with 3. 3 se shuru karte, 3 is world. So let's start with world. After world, I will go to India. After India, I will go to Maharashtra. After Maharashtra, I will go to Pune. Then I will go to Aga. So 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, which is option D. That is the answer. Understanding how simple SNAP is and why I am stating that for some of y'all, normalization agar nahi hua, kuch difficult aa gaya, problem hogi, because this is a paper where you, out of 60 questions, you should easily be attempting around 54, 55 at an accuracy of, even if it is around 85, 90 percentile, you can score about 45 marks. Easily ho sakta hai, which is why attempt in multiple slots so that the probability is higher. Okay, like I stated, we'll have SNAP, ZAT and NMAT classes going on. If you haven't already, you can scan this and go ahead and have a look at it. Let's move to the last part, which is ZAT. Very, very different exam, very interesting exam. It has 2 parts to it. Part 1, 3 sections: verbal, decision making and quantitative ability or data interpretation. 26, 21, 170 minutes. No sectional time limit. Exactly like SNAP has no sectional time limit, NMAT has a sectional time limit. NMAT allows you to choose the order in which you want to attempt the paper. CAT doesn't do that. So it's up to you how you want to go about it. I've taken a specific session on NMAT on how you should choose all of that. Go ahead and have a look at it. Okay. But coming here for respect of ZAT, with respect to ZAT, the way I like to do it is, can I spend about 50 here, about 50 here, about 70 here? If I can do it in this order, it will be very, very good. I would have kept myself in good state. General knowledge 20 questions, 10 minutes. GK hota hai. Static and current affair mein broken up hota hai. 8 static, 12 current affairs. Once again, the GK marks do not matter for XLRI. They don't look at it. They might have a look at it during the interview stage, but generally they don't. It is not important, but attempt karna zaruri hai. ZAT has an additional negative marking, +1 correct, -25 wrong. But in case you leave more than 8 questions unattempted, there is a minus 0.1 mark penalty. So imagine, out of, if I add all of these, we are talking about 75 questions. Say you attempt 55. So you have not attempted 20 questions. These 20 questions may, after the first 8, there is a penalty. So the penalty would be for 12 questions, which is 1.2 marks. This 1.2 marks will be distributed across the 3 sections. Matlab, 26 upon 75 into 1.2 will be the penalty for verbal. Why? Because there are 26 out of 75 questions there. Similarly, penalty for quant will be 28 by 76 into 1.2. So that is how negative marks will come there. Don't worry too much about this. बहुत ही minuscule होता है, इससे generally कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Okay. XAT की one special thing as compared to every other exam. Look at SNAP, about 1 minute per question. NMAT 1.1, CAT 1.8. XAT, you are closing in on almost 3 minutes per question, 2.6 to 2.7. बहुत time है. This is a paper where language and decision making is going to matter, and this decision making is going to be the difference. It's going to be the difference maker. I'm going to give you an example with an actual XAT question of what a decision making set looks like. This is what a decision-making set looks like. It's a caselet. Mr. Singh lived in a sprawling housing society. He employed 2 part-time domestic helps, Vimla and Sharda. Vimla was responsible for cleaning and dusting while Sharda took care of cooking. Once Sharda fell ill and consequently took leave for 3 days. When Sharda returned to work, she learned that Mr. Singh's gold ring, a gift from his mother, was missing. Suspecting theft, Mr. Singh had terminated Vimla. Why? Because Sharda wasn't there. He will only terminate Vimla. Mr. Singh asked Sharda to take additional responsibility of cleaning the house along with an offer to double her salary. Important for Sharda. Sharda accepted the offer as her previous 2 jobs were lost due to frequent health-related absence. So she needs money. It is important for her. She was struggling to make ends meet. Clearly stated she needs money. This offer would go a long way to help her. Next day, while cleaning under the dressing table, Sharda found the gold ring. Overjoyed, Mr. Singh expressed his gratitude by presenting Sharda with a reward of 1,000 rupees. However, he made no mention of reinstating Vimla. Ye hai caselet. Look at the questions. Sharda was contemplating whether she should inform Vimla that she found Mr. Singh's ring. Which of the following consideration will best dissuade Sharda in sharing information about the ring? Dissuade matlab not encourage. Matlab will tell her not to do it. Not to do it. Which one will best tell her not to do this? Number 1. Mr. Singh will probably terminate Sharda if he got to know that she has revealed the information. Remember, Sharda needs money. So this is possible. Had Vimla done her job properly, she would have found the ring and avoided this incident. Stupidity, na? Even if you do your job properly, something can be misplaced for sure. तो ये क्या है कि तुमने जॉब ठीक से नहीं किया, इसलिए मैं तुम्हें ब्लेम कर दूंगा और तुम्हारे पे लाल छड़ डाल दूंगा और तुम्हें सोसाइटी से निकलवा दूंगा, या तुम्हें मैं अपनी नौकरी से निकलवा दूंगा. वो तो नहीं चलेगा. दिस मेक्स नो सेंस. Vimla already knows she has not stolen anything, so telling her will not give her any new information. How stupid. Vimla there knows that there is an accusation on her, so but she already knows. What about her situation in front of others in the society? What is happening? What is the मेरे को अंदर ही अंदर पता है मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, तो मेरे को जानने की जरूरत नहीं कि मैंने किया है कि नहीं. Another stupid. Sharda is not keeping well and Mr. Singh warned her that a frequent absence could lead to a termination. So इससे telling Vimla or not telling Vimla has nothing to do. अगर he is going to terminate because she has told Vimla, तब तो first option होगा. Fourth से तो कोई relation ही नहीं है. Okay. Whenever Sharda was absent, Vimla used to help her by taking over her responsibilities. If Vimla used to help her, this will persuade her to help Vimla, ना? तो मैं तो Vimla को मैं Vimla को help करना चाहूंगा. यहाँ तो बोल रहे dissuade, नहीं help करना. ये नहीं होगा. Best possible answer, option 1. That will be the answer. Let's look at one more question. Let's look at the third one and we'll end it there. The news of the discovery of the lost ring eventually became public. The domestic helps in the society were chagrined by the treatment meted out to Vimla and the fact that the news of the discovery was not made public immediately. They wanted to ensure that they would not get targeted every time if something goes missing. They would not get targeted every time if something goes missing. Which of the following policy options will best minimize the chances of employers suspecting? बेस्ट मिनिमाइज द चांसेस ऑफ एम्प्लॉयर्स सस्पेक्टिंग देयर डोमेस्टिक वर्कर्स. ये है क्या होगा जिससे मैं सस्पेक्ट शायद ना करूं अपने वर्कर को. दैट्स द थिंग. Option 1, domestic worker undergo a daily search by security guards. Yes, makes sense. When a domestic worker is terminated on suspicion of theft without proof, they will have to be paid at least one. Matlab, you will still be able to terminate them without proof. So if these guys are already irritated and angry, they will never agree to this. This makes no sense. No sense. Current address and contact detail of what domestic worker should be submitted to the housing. उससे क्या होगा? इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि मैं इसको सस्पेक्ट नहीं करूंगा ना. उससे ये मतलब है अगर उसने चोरी की पकड़ा जाएगा, सस्पेक्ट तो आई विल स्टिल डू. द पॉइंट इज आई शुड नॉट सस्पेक्ट. If there is a suspicion of theft, the security guards will first conduct a thorough search of the affected. So each time suspicion of theft है, you will get somebody else to come and start searching. हाँ, ये हो सकता है, but is this logical? Everybody will come and start searching. What if while searching the security guard only takes away something? He finds it and he takes away something and does it? Problem. Okay. When a domestic worker is terminated on suspicion of theft, the employer will have to publicly apologize to the domestic worker and prove the innocence. Matlab, the proof is, the onus on proving is on the domestic worker. It's like saying, I will hang you if you can't prove that you didn't do this. Ulta hota hai na? The person will have to prove that you committed this, then you will be imprisoned. Ya to complete opposite ho gaya. एंड यू आर टर्मिनेटिंग ऑन सस्पिशन ऑफ थेफ्ट. तो ये तो अभी भी खुश नहीं होगे. मतलब अभी भी सस्पिशन पे आप ये कर सकते हो. अगर बाद में प्रूव हुआ नहीं है तो आप मेरे को सॉरी बोलोगे. भैया एकदम नहीं. विच इज द मोस्ट लॉजिकल वन? लॉजिकल इज वन कि इसके वजह से मिनिमाइज द चांसेस ऑफ सस्पेक्टिंग. 4 could have been an answer closest, but the most logical will be 1. Because why? 4 में सिक्योरिटी गार्ड सर्च कर रहे, मिल गया, पॉकेट में डाल दिया. 1 में सिक्योरिटी गार्ड बंदे को सर्च कर रहे, मिल गया, दोनों उसने एंड वर्कर ने देखा होगा, दोनों एक साथ हो जाएंगे. So chances will be slightly low. Hence, that would be the answer that I would basically go for. Okay? They are always going to be subjective. Okay. The question is best minimize the chance of employer suspecting. सेकेंड ऑप्शन इज व्हेन अ डोमेस्टिक वर्कर इज टर्मिनेटेड ऑन सस्पिशन ऑफ थेफ्ट. अगर आप टर्मिनेट ही कर दे रहे हो ऑन सस्पिशन ऑफ थेफ्ट, तो जो लोग गुस्से थे वो गुस्सा ही रहेंगे ना. उनको तो आपने अपीज नहीं किया. द ऑब्जेक्टिव इज सस्पिशन पे आप टर्मिनेट ना करो, आप प्रूफ करो कि इसने चोरी की है. तो ऑप्शन 2 इज नॉट हैंडलिंग दैट. दैट इज गॉन. ऑप्शन 3, करंट एड्रेस एंड कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स आर देयर. ठीक है, करंट एड्रेस कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल है, बट इफ समथिंग इज स्टोलन एट माई हाउस, आई कैन स्टिल ब्लेम. I can still blame that this worker did it. It is not reducing that. I can still go ahead and suspect that this person did it. It is not helping in any which way. Option 5, when a domestic worker is terminated. Once again, you are saying, I can terminate on the suspicion of theft. भैया वही तो नहीं कर सकते. These guys are angry about that. They are saying, इसका कोई निकालो. कि भैया you can't every time go ahead and target these people. Sometimes everything goes missing. So 5 is out. बचा 1 and 4. 1 बोल रहा है, एवरी टाइम गोइंग इन एंड आउट आपका सिक्योरिटी चेक होगा, फ्रिस्किंग होगी. ठीक है. 4 बोल रहा है, ईच टाइम कुछ चोरी होगा, यू विल गेट द गार्ड टू कम एट होम एंड स्टार्ट सर्चिंग. प्रॉब्लम, ईच टाइम द गार्ड विल कम एंड स्टार्ट सर्चिंग. यही काम रह गया है. और फिर गार्ड को मिल जाएगा, वो रखेगा, बताएगा, पता नहीं. Decision making is always going to be relative, but that is why in corporates also it is relative, and that is why only a specific person reaches a particular level of executive and others do not, because the person who makes the decision that is higher in likelihood to be successful is going to be the person who is likely to be more successful and take his organization forward. Hence decision making के पीछे वो logic ही वो है. Number 1, all parties involved consider करके आंसर दो. Number 2, ethical आंसर दो. Number 3, logical आंसर दो. All 3 parameters have to be taken into consideration. That is what decision making is. To know more about it, as I stated, we'll be covering that and much more in our non-CAT classes as a part of XAT classes as well. So that is what I wanted to cover today, guys, in terms of what is it that we are going to go ahead and do. In case you haven't already, the CAT test series, you can enroll. There's a good offer going on today as well as a part of the end of the month. And like I told you, on 16 November, we're coming with an open CDC. Ensure you take that. Some of you are asking, there are specific sections that, I think I'm not being able to go ahead and do well. There is a 1000 series, VRC 1000 DLR QA. You can pick up any of those. Maybe that is something that helps you, gives you the last 50, 60 days of push, last 50 days, 60 days of revision. I hope this has been helpful. to you all. And this is something that goes ahead and helps you, over the course of your next 60 to 90 days, depending upon which exam you're targeting. The funda was very simple. Tell you what is in store for you over the next 90 days. One mock every 2 days, considering the exams. Build up on RT99 by showing भैया कि quant को कैसे target कर सकते हो. Telling you level of difficulty कुछ भी हो सकता है. Don't think last year के basis पे है तो वही होगा. That is not important. And finally, giving you a slight inkling, giving you an exposure on the kind of questions that come in NMAT, SNAP, and XAT, and what is in store. And if you haven't already, maybe the time has come that you start looking at these as well. Because if you do it only after CAT in 1 month, preparing for 3 exams, it's going to be difficult. It's called apne pair pe kulhari marna. You don't want to do that. That's it from my end. I hope this was helpful. Keep catching you again. Bye bye for now. Good night. See you. Tada. I hope I've taken all the questions as well. I think I took quite a few. That's it from my end. See ya. Bye bye. The questions which I haven't solved, in the comment box, you can go ahead and comment what the answer would be, and I'll come back and tell you sahi hai ki nahi. Okay? That's it. See ya. If you liked it, Nia and my team are stating, go ahead, like the video, subscribe. There is much more that is coming. We're also doing an NMAT marathon, which is going to happen, last lap series on the YouTube channel. We'll be doing the same for SNAP and XAT as well. Hopefully that will also be helpful for all of you all. That's it for now. See ya.